Yo, what's up everybody? It's Tarek, aka BeardMyth, your virtual boxing coach. Today we're going to be going over how to throw the jab and the cross. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Alright guys, before you learn the jab and the cross, what you gotta know first is how to make a fist. So when you're making your fist, you want it nice and tight, right? But you don't want your thumb in some of these positions. Right there, you do not want it there. You do not want it there. You'll break your thumb. Right there is perfect. That is bad. And then when you are punching, you want to make sure you're connecting with the front two knuckles. All right, so let's go ahead and cover the jab. First thing you want to keep in mind is for the jab, you want to make sure your elbow stays in. Next thing you want to keep in mind is that you want your shoulder to come up so that it's covering the bottom of your jaw. So you can't even see the bottom of my jaw. So when I say your elbow stays in, I don't want you flaring your elbow out like that. That is not good. That is good. You want it to come straight from your guard. Another key thing is to make sure that your hands are loose and closing when you make contact. Right at the end of your punch. This will create a whipping action that will make your punch faster. So again, elbow stays in, shoulder comes up, and then now you have two options here. You can either pop your hip if you want to get a little bit more power, or your second option is to take a step. So you're going to be driving off that back foot and taking a step. As you can see, I don't really have to take a step anywhere. It could be right in place. It's just the action of me pushing off the ground and bringing my feet into the punch. So I'm providing a lot more power this way. So again, from a different angle, I'll show you that jab. Perfect. Nice and straight, coming right from the guard, elbow stays in. Ideally, you want to be as sideways as possible when you finish. All right, guys, now let's go over the cross. So the big thing for the cross is that your power is coming from the ground up. When I say that, I mean all your power is coming from your legs. This is what makes it so strong. The same things that you kept in mind for the jab, you're going to keep in mind for the cross as well. Elbow stays in, hand open and closes on the end of the punch. All that same good stuff. Big difference, and this is a must, is that you bring your hips into it. You want to rotate your hips like you're hitting a baseball bat, and your hips should be in line when you finish. You should imagine that there's a string going from your hand to your knee to your foot and all twisting at the same time. Because if it's not at the same time, you're going to be losing the power and it's not going to be as effective. As you can see, I'm getting that rotation every time. Also, something with both of your punches is you don't really want to be leaning too far forward or too far backwards on them, right? You want to use your footwork. Like, I don't want to be leaning back and punching like that. I'm off balance and I really can only throw that one punch. I want to use my footwork, move forward and backwards as I punch. When you are rotating on the cross, something you want to keep in mind is you don't want to be over rotating. Your knee shouldn't go past the direction you're punching. So it should be finishing straight in line with my punch. It should not be facing the other direction. You're essentially going to be crossing your feet. It's going to put you off balance and your punch is going to be less effective. Make sure it all stays in line. When you are working your jab and your cross, so the 1 and the 2, what you want to keep in mind, this is huge, is you want that scissor motion. You want to be pulling your punches back at the same time you're throwing out your next punch, creating that scissor motion. Finally, guys, this is a drill to practice your punches to make sure that your elbows stay in. So what you want to do is you want to line your shoulder up against the wall, right in your boxing stance, and you're just going to keep throwing your punches. This is going to prevent you from flaring that elbow out. It's good practice to make sure you're not flaring that elbow, because if you do flare that elbow, it can cause injuries and it will make your punches a lot more predictable. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe and drop a like if this video helped you. Let me know down in the comments, when did you guys start boxing? Also, if you guys want to ask me more questions, you guys can catch me on my live streams on Twitch, and that link will be down in the description. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the ring.